Hi everyone, this is Jacqueline from She Writes Studios and welcome to today's powerful Light the Torch ceremony featuring Unleash Her Voice, Unlocking Confidence and Power in Every Woman's Story. This isn't just your regular anthology, it's a declaration. Unleash Her Voice brings together 83 courageous women who chose to speak up, share boldly, and own their truth. Within its pages are stories of resilience, self discovery, heartbreak, healing, and the fierce power that comes from vulnerability and visibility. So, help me welcome today's featured authors from Unleash Her Voice. Hello, everyone. Hi, ladies. To
Morning.
kick us off here, why don't we go around and briefly let us know who you are and what inspired you to say yes and become a part of Unleash Her Voice? Who would like to start?
Good
I'll
morning.
start. Oh, good.
Go for it.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Tiffany Tyler Garner, and I am ecstatic to be gathered with this powerful group of women. This anthology was an opportunity to make a declaration. The declaration that I finally could own my voice and my experience. And so I'm ecstatic about what has unfolded on the pages of this anthology.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Tiffany. I'd like to go next.
I'll go.
Yes, yes, please, Glenn.
I'm Glenn Alex. I'm author of Living in Total Health and Living Boundaries. And I wanted to be a part of this book because I think it's crucial that we step into our power to self express and self advocate. And that will enable us to be healthy as possible on the individual level, which I truly believe will create a healthy collective. So I'm more interested in individual health, making a healthy humanity for everyone, and sharing my voice to do that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Glenn. Who would like to go next?
I'll go. My name is Erica Elliott. I'm a brain code strategist and a transformational coach. I've been a counselor for over 35 years. I love helping people clear the mess to discover their masterpiece by rewiring their brain for success in all areas of life. And I love this particular book because it was a way for me to reflect on my speaking journey and when I started speaking as a kid in 4-H when I first started. So it was just kind of a fun way for me to really dive into what led me into speaking over the years. And I love everyone's anthologies on here and this beautiful variety of women who are sharing with the world their love and goals and helping them be empowered.
Thank you so much, Erica. That's wonderful. Maybe we can go to Sarah. Sarah Jean. Sarah.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. And yeah, I'd just like to share that I wanted to be part of this book because I wanted to just share my experience growing up as a teenager and just how that impacted me. And yeah, just share some of the things I went through and how that impacted me. And yeah, just really be a voice for other teenagers that might be going through something right now, and just so they feel like they're not alone and there is support. So yeah, really grateful to be part of this project, and this is my fourth book with She Rises Studio. So yeah, it's a
Aw,
great opportunity and great to be with you all.
that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Sarah Jane. Susan, would you like to share?
Absolutely. I wanted to be part of this book. Well, I'm Susan Tatum. I am the founder and CEO for Bright Path for Autism, and I work with families with autism to build a brighter future for their child. And so I have become a voice for the autism community, advocating for them, working for them, trying to shift the society to be more accepting of them so they don't have to pretend to be somebody else. So this aligned with my mission and my vision so well, unleashing her voice, learning how to be a voice and use my voice is a journey I've been on this year, and just sharing that journey of how when you understand that your voice matters and it's important, it just empowers you so much to be able to lift others up around you. So that's why I wanted to share that in this anthology.
That's awesome. Thank you, Susan. Let's go to Joan next. Joan, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning or good afternoon, depending where you are, right? I am so happy to be part of this project and honestly, to share my journey and also learn about other, awesome females entrepreneurs that are sharing with us in this anthology. Um, in this chapter, in my chapter Becoming Her, the woman I refuse to give up on, I share my journey from growing up in Puerto Rico with limited resources to becoming a bilingual therapist, entrepreneur, and the founder of Rumbo al Bienestar, where I provide services to other females that in Connecticut. I have to make that highlight right now. I'm working in Connecticut and helping people to uplift and seeing the bright future after having trauma. Despite facing domestic violence, being a single mother, and dealing with chronic illness, cultural displacement, and systemic barriers as an Afro Latina woman, I refuse to give up on the woman I knew I could become. I talk about how I use my own therapeutic tools, including mindfulness, boundaries, and radical acceptance, alongside my faith in God to rebuild my confidence, heal my trauma, and create a life aligned with purpose. I introduced my Unleash framework, which helped me transform my life, understanding my limits, navigating with faith, letting go of perfection, taking small steps, aligning with joy, surrounding myself with support and holding boundaries. My message is simple. You are not broken. It's not too late or too far gone. The woman you're becoming is already within you, and she's worth fighting for. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Joan. That's awesome. Thank you. What about Martha?
Hi, everyone. So I'm thrilled to be part of this anthology. I think Unleash Her Voice is something that we really need to do. From my personal experience, it was about me taking ground and standing in my own voice. And it was actually through a musical that I did that. So I'm a creative person, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a teacher. But really, the message that I want to give is that we need to step into that voice and that message that God created us within. So I think it is a very encouraging book. Reading all of these stories has been amazing, and you get so many different perspectives and visions, right? So I really, really encourage everyone to dive into the book, and to I know that a lot of the stories there will resonate with the reader.
I'm sure. I'm sure there's at least one that you will get to relate to. Thank you so much, Martha. Let's
Definitely.
go to Amy.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amy. I'm from Houston, Texas. So I am a holistic life and business coach. I work with women who are in some kind of transition. Most of us are sort of in this midlife space where we are realizing that we have spent our life hiding who we really are, and living from the place of shoulds, doing all the things we should do, and really being kind of that good girl. And I have been on a journey over the last several years of recognizing and letting go of the places where I really tamped myself down and you know put a mask on. And so my chapter is really all about unmasking and connecting with and feeling confident about being my true self and letting go of the things that don't serve anymore and stepping into the next season. So I'm really happy to be part of this anthology, and I can't wait to read all of the other authors' chapters.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Amy. Maybe we can go to, I'm so sorry if I might mispronounce your name. Srilasia?
You said it perfectly. Hello, everyone. My name is Srilasia. I'm the CEO of Srilasia LLC. We're a venture building and growth consultancy. And I wanted to write in this book because it's such a powerful space for women to be seen beyond expectations placed on them, learning their journey, learning their missions, learning about where they are, where they once were. In my consulting work, I've often seen women constantly pushing themselves. And so my chapter was about rest, allowing women to feel like they can rest. And my chapter shares my own journey of stepping away from those expectations and learning to honor the need for like self-connection and the need to put ourselves first sometimes. And I chose to contribute to this anthology because real stories have the power to shift how we see ourselves. And by adding my voice, I hope to support women in trusting their own paths and embracing their pace and allowing themselves to work at the pace that works for them.
That's awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Maybe we can go to Stephanie.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here this morning and be a part of this book. I think the stories and the women in this book are amazing. I really, really hope that everyone who gets a chance reads it cover to cover. I am a serial entrepreneur and coach for women who are struggling in their own business, in either starting their business or scaling their business. I've built several multi-million-dollar businesses in the past, and really want to just share my experience with them. And one of the things in this book that was so important to me was uncovering the things that at some point held me back from being able to build and live the dream that I wanted and saw for myself. And that came in the form of influences from those who were closest to me from the time I was very little, and finding that adopting the struggles that both of my parents had, the expectations that they had, the sort of inadequacies that they even felt about themselves, set me on a journey of feeling like those were a part of me as well, only to come to find out that they weren't. But the lessons that I had learned by living with those influences and letting them guide how I lived my life, I actually found my strength, a diamond in the rough. And I think that's really what I share in my chapter, how to turn something that you felt was holding you back into something that is actually your great strength. So I'm excited and I'm honored to be able to share this with everyone.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Angela.
Aloha. Nice to be here. So yes, Unleash Her Voice. What an awesome book to read. It's so full of inspiration. And reading everybody's stories was really motivational, and it kind of gives us a commonality. So I'm Angela Leipua. I'm a health and business coach. So I kind of mix together mind, body, and soul. And I do public speaking And so with my company, I might help somebody with health and fitness. I might move into a business corporate presentation, talk about sales presentations, how we can all cooperate and get along together. So I have a vast array of skills. I teach college, and I also have a boutique. I do artwork. For me to get to where I am today is my underlying message. I've worked through a lot of, major issues, adversity, things that you grow up with that you might take for granted, that you have that maybe I didn't. So in my chapter, I talk about resilience, finding resilience, learning it, embracing it so that you can find purpose and happiness within your life. Because if you're not resilient, if you can't, kind of rise from your struggles, you're always going to be reaching for the top, or trying to find your purpose and your happiness. So for me, I had to really struggle, the first part of my life. And struggle and resilience was just what I had to do. I didn't learn resilience. It was something that I had to just find and do. I didn't know what the word was. Just, to survive, basically. And as I got older and I reflect back, I was like, wow, okay, that is, you have struggles, you learn to cope, you learn to have resilience and get up, on your darkest days. And that's what my chapter is about. So hopefully it'll inspire some people who might be, at the bottom of the barrel per se of what they think their life should be, and that they can know that they can always rise to the top, and it comes from within. And nobody's out there that's going to really help you unless you have self-determination. It's not going to be possible. So my chapter just makes resilience, finding purpose and happiness.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Angela.
Yeah,
and we have one last author that has joined us today, Claribel. Claribel, are you able to hear us? I think we kind of lost her there, but that's fine. We'll go back to Claribel in a short while. Now, this particular book touches vulnerability. You've actually shared a lot of very personal experiences and stories in here. What was the most challenging part in sharing your story publicly? Anybody like to share?
I could say, that's a wonderful question. Being vulnerable as a mental health therapist is out of my comfort zone, but it's very important to talk about resilience so I could inspire other women. So being vulnerable was the most challenging part for sure.
Yes, that's true.
I would absolutely agree. As a counselor, you're taught not to talk about your stories because you're trying to focus on the other individual. And so it has been empowering over the last year to unravel and write my stories and share those in a different way of impact, because I think that it is important for us to share our stories. It's important for people to see the humanness that we go through as well, and that, just because we sit over here with training and license doesn't mean that we haven't had our own struggles to go through. And just being able to be vulnerable enough to share, like, I had a really crappy childhood, and at the same time, God showed little glimpses all along the way of opening up opportunities for me to move into the plan he always had for me, for my life. And then now, over the last 35 years, helping people overcome their own challenges.
Awesome,
I would also
Erica.
say working against what had become a legacy and a family culture of some of those experiences and really my journey.
I'm sorry, I think we kind of lost Dr. Tiffany there. We'll circle back to you, Dr. Tiffany. Now, for some of our other offers, if there is a story in the chapter that you wrote. What do you think will resonate most with your reader?
I think for me, they kind of touched on it a little bit, but the resiliency and just this is a chapter where I feel I've been the most vulnerable and most open, and I just feel like that always resonates with people when you are honest and true about what you've been through and you open up to be vulnerable. It really helps people relate to that.
Thank you, Susan. Anybody else would like to share?
Sure, I'll
One
share.
more.
In my chapter, Voice is Power, as I talk about self-advocacy and self-expression, the foundation of that is healthy boundaries. And so I shared several stories about how I used my voice to not only communicate, but also enforce my boundaries as I discovered them starting as a 15-year-old. And so I share how I gradually became more and more empowered to do that for myself. So I think the audience will resonate with that.
That's awesome. We have Claribel back. Are you with us, Claribel? Would you like to share your story? Okay. All right, we'll go back to Claribel. Anybody else who'd like to share their story? What do you think will resonate most with your readers?
I think a lot of people will relate to, what we go through as teenagers, many of us, but it's just not really discussed. And just knowing that many others maybe didn't have the support that was needed, and like life's a journey and we go through many things, but it all helps us to just learn lessons and become a better, stronger person at the end, and that makes us who we are now, and to be grateful for that.
That's true. And speaking of younger teenagers, looking back at your journey, where you are right now, what would you tell the younger version of yourself who didn't feel heard?
Are you asking me that or anybody?
Well, anybody can share.
Yeah, okay.
Have you ever felt unheard during your younger years? What would you tell that person right now after all of the experiences you've
I think that you're worthy. Your voice is worthy of being heard, and just be yourself and just not worry about what other people think, and just be honest, be authentic, and just express yourself, because you're going to feel a lot better for it. And that's how we kind of grow and move forward, by not holding ourselves back and not letting the fear take over.
Yes, 100%. Angela, you'd like to share? Oh, sorry, I think you're on mute.
Okay, great. So sure, because I teach college and 8th through 12th grade, I like to teach life skills instead of just like English or business. And the one thing that I think the younger crowd needs to know is everything's going to change, because to them in the moment, everything is like so dramatic. And it's like in the moment it's detrimental, some things. But they just need to know that it's going to change. You're going to change. Everybody's going to change. You're going to grow, and just embrace it while you have it. Learn from the little things that you can, and just know that in the end, it all gets better. And today is just today. So yeah, just hold on.
That's
I would love to echo on that because I actually wrote from the fourth grade me, so which is like even your preteen, and I love kids and I love teaching them about their brain, and I love that we have this opportunity to help people understand that like you have this amazing, wonderful, powerful brain, and if you could treat life as not only a gift and that you have worth and all those things are great, but it's an experiment. Play around with life and navigate. Like this might not work, and if it doesn't work, then try something new until something works for you. And I think if we could teach kids to really understand that, like nobody has this all figured out. Even adults, we're still working at stuff, right? And so if you could teach them how to learn how to navigate their life in a way where you go, your brain is amazing. And if you would learn to use it in that format is, let me experiment with this, see if that would work better for me with the right tools, right? You know, not experimenting with drugs, alcohol, things like that. Let's not experiment there. Teaching them what's good for your brain, but experiment with how do you use your brain to the best power possible and how much that could help so much for individuals.
awesome. Yes, Dr. Tiffany, you'd like to share? Or maybe Claribel, if Claribel is here with us. No? Okay. All right. Well, if there is one word that you would like to leave as a lasting message.
Yes, I'm
for your
here.
readers. Oh, yes. Yes, please. Was that Claribel? I think you're breaking up.
It's going.
Okay. We might be having a little technical issues with Claribel's microphone, but that's fine. For you authors that are with us right now, what is one word?
Okay.
Yes, Claribel? I'm so sorry about that. Okay. Well, for those of you that have, microphones working right now, what will be a lasting message in one word that you'd like to leave your readers? Maybe we can go around the room.
Just one word?
Yes. Let's try to keep it in one word. One word, one phrase. Who would like to start?
I'll go.
Yes, please.
It's not one word. Masks off.
Masks off. I love that.
Masterpiece.
If you're doing a phrase, go for it. Just don't let anything hold you back.
Mine would be masterpiece. You are a masterpiece.
That's true. I love
Mine
that.
would be trust. Trust in your own voice.
Awesome.
Mine-
I love it. Yes.
Oh, I was saying mine would be embrace chaos. Because one thing that we often like to do is try to control everything in our lives. And sometimes you just have to embrace chaos to learn and grow.
True.
I think mine would be stand on your own stage.
And mine is use your voice.
Perfect.
Mine is express, like express your truth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will say believe in yourself, believe in God.
So mine is just keep going. Just whatever it is, just keep going.
I think mine would be embrace the passage and the passing is a part of the journey. Not only is there this notion of, and whatever is happening now, things will pass. But that also when trauma happens, in order to fully come through it, there is a work that you do around allowing it to pass that becomes a passage to not only a new you or becoming, should you be able to walk out your healing and
Thank you so much, Dr. Tiffany. I think you're breaking up, Dr. Tiffany. Amy, you'd like to share next?
I got to share. Mine was to take your masks off and be yourself.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much, ladies. You know, this has actually been a privilege, speaking with you and getting to know you a little better. And I'm sure that as we close this session, that we are honoring every voice that had echoed through these pages, these chapters that you have all poured your hearts into. Thank you again, whether you've joined us, to all of our authors, whether you've joined us or to the others that are cheering from behind. Thank you for your honesty, your courage, and your commitment to helping other women feel seen, heard, and empowered. To our audience, remember, your voice matters too. Let this book be your permission slip to speak up, rise up, and own your story with power and pride. Again, Unleash Your Voice, Unlocking Confidence, Empowering Every Woman's Story is now available on Amazon. Please get a copy. Let these awesome 83 authors be your inspiration. Get a copy, gift it forward. Help us amplify this powerful movement. Everybody's voices, every woman's voice needs to be heard. Thank you so much again, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Thanks, everyone.
Blessings.
Bye.
Have a beautiful day.